Hi everybody, Mr. Rubo here. Today we are continuing with topic 3.3, sine and cosine function values. So we're going to look at sine and cosine function values from equilateral and right isosceles triangles. So those are two separate triangles, by the way, equilateral triangles and right isosceles triangles. So again, a large portion of this course, you will see that we're going to do sine and cosine at very important angle values. And those end up being multiples of pi fourths and pi sixths, because pi thirds is also included in there, but pi thirds is technically a multiple of pi sixths. Okay, so now we're going to have this kind of put together and see it to help us with this task. So we have this unit circle, meaning radius is 1. Okay, that's why it's called a unit circle, with an equilateral triangle inscribed inside the circle. The angle theta, shown above, will have a measure of pi sixth. Okay, that's because normally equilateral would be pi thirds each angle, but it's been cut in half, so that's why it's pi sixth. Using special right triangles, we can determine the x and y coordinates of point P. So, again, we're going to go ahead and go, I'm going to redraw this. So I'm going to draw in just the top part of this. So this is theta, which is pi sixth, which if you recall from a couple videos ago, the ratio is w root 3 to w, okay? And we now, though, are going to we know that the hypotenuse is 1. So this is the same triangle, so I know the hypotenuse is 1, so let's figure out what w is by saying, okay, 2w equals 1, so w is 1/2. And then I'm going to do 1/2 times root 3, which is really 1/2 times root 3 over 1, which is root 3 over 2. Okay, and right there, this is telling us, okay, our x value and y value are going to be figured out by just taking these values and putting them over 1, which we know what they are. And yeah, because they're both in quadrant 1, we know that they're both going to be positive. They were in a different quadrant, we'd have to worry about positive and negative signs. Thus, the coordinates of P are the x direction, root 3 over 2, the y direction, 1/2. Okay. And yeah, and additionally, we know that the coordinates of P can be expressed as r times cosine theta, r sine of theta, which leads us to these very important values. So if I say x is equal to r, which is 1, there we go, times the cosine of the angle, which the angle is pi sixth. Well, guess what? I know what the x value is. It's root 3 over 2. Oh, that was weird. So that tells me that the cosine of pi over 6 is always equal to root 3 over 2. Same logic, the y value, which is 1/2, is 1 times sine of pi over 6. Right? And that's me just plugging in what I have, and I know this is already equal to 1/2, which again tells me sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. And this is what I talked about a few videos ago, that like you're going to be seeing a lot of these things over and over again. So you might have that sine of pi 6 is 1/2 memorized by the end of this course. Cosine of pi 6 is root 3 over 2. You might have that memorized by the end of this course. You will use it enough that you may naturally have it memorized. Okay, but if you don't, draw the triangle. All right. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.